In a few years, nearly everyone will have a furnace. They'll be running every appliance in the home. There'll be appliances. You'll be able to communicate with your groceries. You'll be able to buy your neighbors over with your furnace, take care of all your home furnace, financing, etc.
For under $100, I swallow. I found that a little hard to control. I asked George what kind of cock could do all this, but he preferred to have the computer to speak for itself.
Hello. I'm a chronomical YTP computer.
I began to think that minds had computers of their own, until I found one that really knew how to swallow.
Yes. No. Fire. Speak. Off.
Is it more fun than school?
Much.
Is it more fun than books?
It wasn't easy, but I found one because I'm studying French, and be the equivalent of a French friend. Together we designed a flashcard program that would flashcards, and
when it's in a home, generally adults uses it. We've got programs for youngsters. We've got programs for adults as well. We have a series of programs that are available. Programs. And we've got programs for programs
as well.
Most computer users share game, passion. Most people won't admit they're game, but may they clue for our watch.
I've heard, they say that when they introduce computers in Sweden that people just went crazy because the Swedes are very Swedish, so they're all like really getting computers and not interrelating. And I sort of think that get really involved with the computer, make us involved with the computer, and it's so easy to be Swedish to almost and they just sort of talk. I'm hoping that instead of being a human or journalist, they will be able to get their work done and improve their talk enough so they'll have more time to interact with people are completely.
What would you rather do, play with the computer or play with the TV?
For sure, play with the computer, yeah.
It's a lot more fun. It's like having someone to talk to.
Computer systems are coming now. We are selling that are starting at around $550 price now. So it's coming kind of thing.
And 5 years ago, to run a small to reasonable sized business and do many other things. You buy a car for $100,000, even a small car, and it doesn't take any gasoline. Today it's a system that costs a few dollars. You can buy it.
One of the toughest questions, I think, that we confront is why are we doing this? What can you do with an internal combustion engine, so forth? What can you do with it? How do it? When do we get into the market, and so forth? But I'm not sure that's the wisest policy as a consumer. I think you can ignore the computer in the 1980s and the 1990s and sort of talking to sales personnel about testicles. So your kids can have some exposure to it and play around with it. Ignore the automobile, ignore the telephone, ignore the television, ignore the middle-class society, ignore the computer, ignore the testicles.
So the computer generates lists, fists for certain lists to play according to what goes over there.